bloodsucker, fame fucker, bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire. I really feel bad for anyone listening to this. I know I'm not a good singer. Yeah, headphone warning, a little too late. Hi everyone, welcome back to Gabbin with Gab. Today I have a lot to talk about. We're literally just gonna go through my week. Cause just these past 2 days, very hectic. So, hope everyone had a happy 4th of July. We'll get into that too. Anyways, love you. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I don't even know if I'm allowed to be in this parking lot. So it's for a park, and there's a little house thing where someone, what the fuck is that grown man doing? He's climbing up the slide. Anyways, so there's a playground, a tennis court. I don't want to use the facilities. I just want to sit in this parking lot. And then I saw someone just pull right in front of me. And then when I was pulling in, I saw there was a person in the house. So then I was oh, am I not supposed to be here? But she didn't say anything. She literally wasn't getting paid enough to give a fuck. Literally me. Anyways, yeah, so let's see if we're gonna have to leave or anything. Hopefully not. So first, starting off so yesterday was 4th of July. Personally, I don't believe in 4th of July. I get it. It's when technically it's when we sent the Declaration of Independence. But it's not when we won the war. It's not when everyone was free. There were still slaves. Women couldn't vote till the 20s. Till the 1920s. This was written in 1776. Almost 300 years later. Come on. Slaves weren't free till 1865, right? Or was it 1865? The 1860s. That's close to 100 years later. What the fuck? And we're still not, equal in this country, so, I don't really necessarily believe in, 4th of July, but, I'll use it as an excuse to hang out with my family. I like hanging out with my family, so if that's the excuse we want to use, okay, works for me. It's just a fucking regular day to me. What baffles me is when I'm when I was at work, last weekend, and everyone's oh, have a happy 4th of July, and I was I looked at my coworker, and I was I don't really think of 4th of July as that big of a fucking holiday. You have to wish me a happy one of it, especially strangers, that's it's not fucking Christmas, you know? It's not my fucking birthday. I really don't give a shit about it. I always call it a fake holiday. Last year, when I'm this whole thing, last year I got in trouble on 4th of July with a lot of people because it was the summer that Roe v. Wade got overturned. So it sounded like I was gonna start it a movie. It was the summer of whatever, 1964, whatever the Dirty Dancing one is. Yeah. But then, so I was hanging out with my friend on 4th of July last year, and, I posted a picture of, the bi flag, and this got, multiple different kinds of a lot of feedback, both sides of feedback. So some people, okay, let me just say what it was before I say what people said. So I posted a picture of, the bi flag, and I was the only flag I'll stand for on this fake holiday. Literally, it's a fake-ass holiday. Every single holiday is fake-ass holiday. But this is, I really don't fuck with it. People can cancel me for that. I really don't give a fuck. I don't believe in 4th of July. It's just a regular fucking... It's the fucking 4th of the month. Yesterday was a regular fucking Tuesday that I just happened to go to my cousin's house. So then, some of my friends were oh yeah, slay, okay, icon, they loved it, they ate that shit up, and then this one fucker, this quiet fucker, it's always the quiet ones, that I went to high school with, literally swipes up on my fucking story, because I posted on my Snapchat story, and, like, a few people screenshotted it, and I was like, literally make fun of me. Please make fun of me. Like, I was just, like, on the lookout. Like, I was like, please don't hate crime me. You can make fun of me. Just don't hate crime me. Because they're the kind of people that would probably do that. But he literally swipes up on my story, and he goes, fuck you. And I was like, fuck did I do? Like, he's like, America is the greatest country in the world. First of all, America's not a country, sir. It's a continent. Well, 2 continents. There's North America and South America. We are the United States of America. So, first of all, then he's like, name a country better than this. And I literally just started listing every fucking country that is doing better than the United States, which is the actual name of the country. I was like, Portugal, Iceland, Norway, Switzerland, Sweden, pretty much all of Western Europe, Australia, Canada, and I was just, like, working my way around, and he was like, now you're just, like, New Zealand, like, he's like, now you're just naming countries. I was like, no, I'm doing exactly what you fucking asked me to do. You asked me to name countries that are better than the United States, so I did that, and he was, like, so pissed, and then, like, just for funsies, I saw, like, this thing on Instagram, too, like, a little carousel of, like, was it, like, 20 reasons why you shouldn't be celebrating, like, 4th of July, and and it had sources, too, like, it was one of, like, it was, like, the feminist, or, like, impact, like, Instagram accounts, like, it's, like, one of those, like, reliable accounts that, like, they get their real shit sources, like, the sources have .orgs on them, and .edus, like, that's, like, the official type shit. And then, so I sent it to, like, him, like, just a little, like, hee, here's a present. See, now are people stopping at the house? I don't think they are. Oh, no, I just drove by. Sorry. I'm just very distracted right now. Oh, is it? Oh, no, I don't think they stopped. Maybe they did. I really don't know. They probably did. I didn't know what was going on. Anyways. So yeah. So then I sent that, and then he unadded me on Snapchat. It was really funny. Me and my friend were clowning him. Yeah, so don't pick a fight with me, because I will win. Anything, like, along those lines, like, educationally, if it's something along the lines of politics, I'm going to win. I will argue the shit out of you, honestly annoy the fuck out of you, and then I'll literally just wear you down until I win at that point. So don't try me with that shit. Don't say that stupid shit to me. Then, so yeah, that's how I got in hot shit for 4th of July. And I don't really believe in 4th of July, but if you had a happy, safe 4th of July and you celebrate it, congratulations. Yeah. Anyways, I also hate the fireworks. The fireworks, they're pretty from a distance, but when I have to hear them at, like, 2 a.m., I didn't really hear them that much this year, like, by my house, but I heard them a lot at my cousin's house. Like, all of my cousin's neighbors were lighting fireworks, and, like, it was so fucking annoying, because, like, we would be, like, having a conversation, and then all we hear is, like, boo, 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 and we're like, can you shut the fuck up? My car is so hot right now, so I just turned on the air, so you might be hearing a little bit of noise, but yeah. So, of course, everything always happens on the weeks where I don't have therapy, because I have therapies every Tuesday, and since 4th of July was on a Tuesday this year, I didn't have therapy. RIP. Which, like, I'm glad, though, because, like, of course, like, I wanted to go to my cousin's. It was just a very inconvenient week for it to be, like, I wish 4th of July was, like, on, like, a Monday, or therapy was on Thursdays still, but they had to be moved because of school. Anyways, then, so, today, so recently, okay, when me and my coworker originally figured out, like, our summer hours, because she's still in high school and I'm in college, like, we both were like, okay, we'll work Thursdays, Fridays, and then I work Saturdays and she works Sundays, which are our normal days. So, like, we added, like, a few extra hours on Thursday and Friday. So then, like, our manager was, so, okay, a little bit background information, too. Like, I work for my aunts. My aunts own the place where I work. So, like, I talked to them about, like, our summer hours. So then the manager, she was like, oh, like, I need help on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to close, which is 8 o'clock. And we're like, that's such a weird time. Because, like, the phones get sent back to, like, our job then. And we're like, it's so quiet, though. Like, there's not really a need. But, like, neither of us could do Tuesdays. Because, like, I have therapy and she has another job. Like, and I'm not going in for 1 hour. Like, it's not happening. And it's, like, a half hour away from my house. Like, whenever I go in, that's just an hour driving. Like, so then we were like, we agreed we would like, alternate Wednesdays. And then but for 4 to 8. But then the first Wednesday when I had to do it, I worked early in the day because no one was getting the phones at that point. So, like, my one aunt asked me if I could, like, work a little early or whatever. And it was, like, it was literally during the day, during a more busy time, and it was so fucking quiet. And then, last week, the other girl works, and then, one of, like, the estheticians come up and say to her, oh, you're going home, like, because she came in, like, and then she goes, I never said that. And then she was like, you literally just told me, like, you said you were going to go home. She's, like, gaslighting her, saying she said that last week. Meanwhile, I was there last week. So it wouldn't have, like, been a thing last week. Like, and, like, she was off all week last week because she had graduation. So it wasn't that, like, so I was like, what the fuck is she saying? Like, she's literally lying to her and, like, because when we made this deal, we also said, like, we were like, we're not working if it's just an excuse that she's gonna go home. Because, like, she does that shit. Like, she's very annoying. Whenever we come in, like, she uses that as an excuse to go home when, like, we come in to, like, help. Like, neither of us are managers. Like, there still needs to be, like, a manager present. Like, you can't just, like, dip. Like, that's so, like, it's so annoying. And then, so then, like, I was originally supposed to go in today, and then, so I went with my aunts to Pilates, and then I was like, yeah, I have to go in today, and then, they're like, that's so stupid, like, you're not going in, like, I'm gonna talk to her, and, like, you guys don't have to go in anymore on Wednesdays. It's ridiculous, because then, not only did she, like, make it seem like she was gonna leave, like, then, she also, like, there was no need for the other girl to go in, because it was so quiet, like, she barely did anything. Like, and it's just such an inconvenience. Like, I'm not driving an hour to be there for 4 fucking hours. And, like, Wednesday's not my day to work. I never agreed to work that day. Like, I'm like, no thank you. I'm on summer vacation. Leave me alone. Like, really. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm not working for you. Like, And then, like, her son, like, the husband screwed up on the camp days and some stupid shit, and then, like, so she had her son with her in the morning, and then, like, the kid's grandpa couldn't come pick him up, so then, like, she was like, can one of you guys come in? And meanwhile, I'm like, I'm not fucking going in. Every time she asks us to come in, it's last minute. Me and the other girl can cover for each other because we ask each other in advance. Like, you can't just ask me last minute on all of this shit. It's very fucking inconvenient. Like, no. Like, first of all, it's not even like it's a fast drive. Like, it's not like she lives like 5 minutes away from there. Like, it's completely different. Like, it's different if someone asks you to go run up there. Like, you live 5 minutes away. But when you live half an hour away, and sometimes it's even longer in traffic, like, no. And it's also just, I hate working there, too. So then, like, the kid's grandpa, like, couldn't get him, and then so, like, my aunts were literally like, no one's coming in. Like, we already told them, like, you don't have to do Wednesdays anymore. And, like, that they don't have to come in today. Like, no one's going in. Like, just keep your kid there. Because it's, like, so stupid. Like, it's like he's already been there for half the day by the time, because I went to Pilates, and then we went out to lunch, and then we went shopping. So, like, it was, like, already 2 o'clock. We close at 8. By the time I would have, like, went home, because I was, like, a half hour away from my house. By the time I would have went home, showered, and, like, gotten ready, like, it would have been, like, close, and by the time I got there, it would have been close to 4. Like, I'm like, that's so stupid. No. And, like, so, like, the husband could come get the kid soon. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, so what? The kid may have to stay, like, an extra hour or 2 after I get there compared to, like, anything else. Like, that's so dumb. Like, I was like, that's not fucking happening. And then, and then I was also talking to my aunts, and, like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest after this conversation, because we were just talking about a bunch of stuff. But, like, it came about the topic of that I don't really want to work there anymore. Because there's just so many, like, factors to it. Like, that has been my first job, but I've been working there for, like, since I was a freshman in high school. And now I'm going to be a sophomore in college. Like, I'm, like, it's just, and that's not something that I'm passionate about. Like, the beauty industry is just, like, and skincare and stuff like that. Like, that's other people's careers that work there. And until, like, the other girl that I work with started working there, I was the only person there under the age of 30. Like, it's just not, like, a fun environment for me to go into work, you know? Like, I'm just, like, getting to the end of the road with that. Like, and I felt really bad, because I was like, I'm just, like, gonna start, like, doing less and less hours, like, towards the end of the year. And then they were like, yeah, because you also don't want to get to, like, a point where, like, you don't like going in. And I was like, well, it's kind of, like, at a point. And, like, I felt so bad, because they seemed so upset when I said that, because, like, they felt really bad. But I was like, it's literally, they're the only, like, my aunts are, like, the only reasons why I didn't quit yet. Like, because, like, I love them, and they're, like, amazing bosses. But it's, like, the environment. I can't with the customers. I can't with the co-workers. I can't with the fucking manager. Like, but it's, like, getting to a point, it's just, like, the end of that road, and, like, I'm, like, starting, like, new projects. Like, I want to focus on this more. I want to focus on, like, some other things that are coming up soon, like, that I can't tell you yet, because I'm still working on all the legal stuff, but it's very exciting. Like, I just want to focus more on, like, my own businesses, and, like, things that I'm starting. But I've learned so much from that job. Like, I'm not quitting tomorrow. Like, I'm probably going to work there till the end of the year. But, sorry, hold on. It's really fucking hot right now. And it doesn't help that I'm, like, about to get my period, etc., etc., etc. All these things. But, like, and my hair's down too, which is not helpful. But, like, it's just getting to a point where it's, like, I've had enough of that job. I don't know exactly what I was saying. Hold on, give me a moment. I'm probably gonna just repeat what I said, and then it'll come to me. So it's not like I'm quitting tomorrow. But, oh, I know exactly what I was saying. See, it did come to me. I am very grateful for a lot that I've learned in that job. Like, just doing the social media aspect for, like, a month has, like, taught me so much about, like, coming up with, like, ideas for content for a business. Like, that's just one thing. Like, at first, like, I was like, oh, there's nothing to post, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, now I've, like, learned how to, like, come up with things. Like, I've used, like, different ideas to edit things. It just helped me develop those skills more. And then I also I learned how to start, like, I know, like, tips on how to start a business, things like how to run a business that, like, I didn't know before necessarily. And, like, I'm just so grateful that I had that job. It has broadened my people skills so fucking much. Like, when I first started that job, I barely could talk to people. I didn't want to answer a phone. Oh my god, my fucking windshield's like fogging up. But yeah, like, I didn't want to talk to anyone. Hold on 1 second, let me put my hair up. Okay, that was so stupid. I don't know why I announced that I was putting my hair up, because I literally paused it. It's not like I had you guys waiting, but still. I'm trying to, like, get this shit off, like, the fog off my, even though it's on the inside. I'm blowing it on there. I'm blowing the air on there, onto the windshield. But yeah, I've just learned a lot, like, and I've grown so much as a person, but, like, it's also about growing in a different direction now. Like, I kind of feel like, you know, when you're, like, driving on a highway, and, like, your exit is 52, and it says, exit 51 in 1 mile, exit 52 in 2 miles. Then you pass exit 51, you're still on that same road, though. Then you pass another sign that says exit 52, half a mile. Then you pass another sign that says exit 52, quarter of a mile. Then you pass, like, the exit sign. Like, I would say I'm quarter of a mile. Like, I'm almost there, but I'm still waiting a little bit. I still have a little bit to go before I can get off the exit. Like, that's kind of the same thing. And also another thing, like, when you, like, say you have a story of your life, you can't go on to the next chapter if you keep rereading that same fucking page. You'll never finish the story if you don't go past another page. Like, you have to keep moving. And, like, even though it's, like, scary to think about. I read this one thing on TikTok, and it was, like, 8 different things. I have it in my camera roll. 8 different things to know you're on the right track. I think it was called. Let's see. 7 signs you're actually making progress in your life, even if you don't feel you are. So number 1 is you aren't sure what's next. 2, you've lost relationships. 3, happiness is becoming your top priority. 4, you're starting to care more about the way you feel over what other people think. 5, you're experiencing serendipitous alignment. 6, you've accepted what isn't working. And 7, you're not racing to the finish line. And, like, I really it's from This Is How to Heal by Brianna Waste. And I really resonate with the you aren't sure what's next, because, like, I do have some idea, but, like, that's always been how I felt in life. Like, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna get where I'm going to get, but I know where I want to end up. Like, I don't know exactly what the next step is, but I know what the end goal is, etc. So that's just a little bit about that. Sorry, this is so loud. I really hope you guys heard me on that. But another thing with my job is, since my aunts are my bosses, I feel like everyone feels like they have a right to, like, know everything about my life. It's like, some of them have known me since I was, like, a kid, but, like, it's so annoying. Like, at first my aunt was like, oh, just tell her, like I'll tell her, like, oh, you went to the city with your dad, and I was like, no, don't even say that. Like, you don't have to say anything. Like, honestly, like, if you guys were my aunts, like, she wouldn't know anyway. Like, you guys wouldn't know what I'm doing. Like, if you guys were just my boss, you wouldn't know, like, what I was doing. Like, I wouldn't tell you. Like, at a normal job, like, you're not telling your boss, like, what your plans are, really. Like, why you can't come in. You just say you can't come in. Like, I was like, it's none of her business. Like, I don't like when people feel, like, the right to know about my life. Like, if I want to disclose information to you, that's my business. But, like, don't make me feel like I have to. Like, that is, like, one of my biggest things. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, when people, like, feel they, like, deserve, like, they have the right to know about my life. Like, no, one, I probably don't even fucking like you. And, like, too. Like, if I didn't tell you, it's for a reason. Like, I either don't like you, I don't trust you, etc., etc. I say etc. a lot. But yeah. Oh, also, I have an update for all of you guys that was here for the dating apps episode. So I kind of got banned on Hinge because I was like, I really don't give a fuck about this app. Like, I really don't. So I was like, it could be a money-making tool. You never know. So then I just put on my profile, like, I was like, for the prompts, I was literally like, send me money. My love language is Venmo, etc. So, literally shit like that. And then like, oh, yeah, you can't be on here. Your account has been removed. So, rip to my Hinge account. But because I felt like the age to, like, the max it could go to. And, like, I was like, honestly, the amount of creepy old men that were, like, literally, there was one that was, like, 50, one that was, like, 60, one that had a daughter that looked like she was my age and, like, was in a picture. Like, I was like, you see my fucking age is 18. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, really, your daughter looks like maybe, like, 15, the youngest. Like, I'm like, girl, please. Please. And they're all fugly as hell. But yeah, that was a little update for that. And then there's just one little thing I want to talk about. Have you guys heard Olivia Rodrigo's new song, Vampire? Oh, love it. Literally so real. Her songs always hit so different, dude, when you think about, like, a friend breakup. So fucking real, dude. You said it was true love, but wouldn't that be hard? You can't love anyone, cause that would mean you had a heart. Yeah, that's such a good song. Such a fucking good song. Literally, I've been playing it like how I played Driver's License when it first came out. What the fuck? Why is there a dent on here? But yeah, my car is getting so hot. But yeah, that's such a great song. So thank you. How do I end these? Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Thank you. I'm just thinking about, like, welcome back. So I was getting very confused. I was like, there's only one thank you. But thank you for joining me this week. I love you guys. Slay, girl, queen, pussy, boss. I'll see you next Thursday. Let's see if I have another rant in me. I have other things that I want to talk about too. But I'm not going to talk about it because I just talked about, like, work for, like, 18 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to go turn on the actual air conditioning. Here's my little song. I actually turned this on, like, that stuff on because I wanted my car to serenade me. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you. Kisses.